There is a saying that goes like this: the downfall of a man is not the end of his life. Well, I believe in this. I support this, but I think that there's some level of disagreements I have for this. Now, the downfall of a man is the end of his life if he chooses not to rise. Every man falls, but not every man rises. Falling is not by choice, but rising is by choice. The earlier you understand that falling is not by choice, but rising is by choice, better for you. That is why you see so many of our parents, some of us, they will tell us that why I did not prosper is because this thing happened to me. But the same thing happened to another person, but that did not determine the person's future. You understand that where I'm coming from? So falling is not by choice, but rising is by choice. You see, some of our parents are poor, but some other people that they grew up together in the same environment, the same thing that did the same thing, they prosper. Not because the other people did not encounter the same challenge they encounter, but because they did not allow the challenge that they encountered to bring them down. You understand? And now today they are giving reasons that yes, that is why I failed. No, no, no. That is no. That means rising is by choice. You understand? The earlier you understand that when you fail, your failure is not only about you, it's about the generation that has God has called to you. You understand what I'm saying? So when you fail, you have really made those coming after you to suffer. Do you get what area I'm coming from now? So you have to understand that you are not the only one encountering challenge in your daily activities. You're not the only one that is facing a lot of challenges. So many people are facing it and are chasing it out. You understand? So you have the right to stand on your ground and to maintain the fact that you can't fail because your failure is the failure of your generation. That is why so many of our parents that failed, we the children, we are suffering today because they allowed their failure, what they encountered in the future, to bring them down, and they have the audacity to tell us that why they failed is because something happened to them. The same thing that I complained that happened to them happened to another person that made it in life. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to determine that why this thing is happening to me, I have to wait. That's why in the Bible they say, I will wait until my appointed time comes. That means when the person made this statement, the person was not enjoying. That's why he was waiting and he was eager and firmly waiting for the arrival of his own time. Why walking? So why you encounter your own problem, understand that so many people have encountered the same problem. Obi Kuban encountered the same problem, but he chased it out and survived. Bill Gates encountered the same problem and chased it and survived. Innocent encountered the same problem and chased it and survived. So we must chase our own and survive. Don't give reason. There is no room for excuse. Unfortunately, people don't listen to excuse. What they listen to is the success. If you don't succeed today, nobody cares about your story, how you failed. No, nobody cares. But if you succeed, many people will go through your stories to know why you succeeded. But if you fail, nobody cares. That's the worst thing. So if you don't fail, you don't have no reason. That's why some people say, this is what I feel. I don't care. People don't care. What they care is how you succeeded. How you failed doesn't matter to us. Who wants to listen to a failure? Nobody. Everybody wants to listen to Big Kubana. Everybody wants to listen to Innocent. Everybody wants to listen to Big Gate. Everybody wants to listen to Dangote because they have succeeded. And we want to read about how they succeeded. But nobody's reading about how you failed. We must succeed though. We must succeed. By the grace of God, we must succeed. And I want you to say it to yourself, you must succeed.